All right, guys, how's it going? Now, before we get into this video, just to let you know, I will be hosting a live stream on here at 1 o'clock this afternoon UK time and also 6:30 p.m. UK time this evening. It would be fantastic, as Brendan Rodgers would say, if you could come along and participate in one of those or both. All right. So I've been out and bought the Spanish football dailies. You know why I'm doing that at the moment. It's mainly to show you what is and isn't being said about Trent Alexander-Arnold and Real Madrid, because some of the click journalists, you know, the LFC click of journalists, want you to believe that that's all they're talking about in the Spanish papers. And what I try to do is I show you these papers each day so you can see for yourself. Do you know what I mean? Whether that's true or not. Anyway, I'll tell you right now, there's nothing in these papers today about Trent Alexander-Arnold and Real Madrid, okay? But there is a few things that we're going to talk about. One of them being this. I don't know if you recognise this chap at all. Klopp'S derby. Today he faces his past and his future. Obviously talking about Liverpool and Leipzig there. The former Red has received harsh criticism for signing as director of football for Red Bull. Liverpool has been perfect and Leipzig still hasn't scored. So this is obviously an article about Jurgen and that decision to go and work for Red Bull, which has gone down like a lead balloon in Germany, especially with the fans. And we will touch on that here. The past and future of Jurgen Klopp meet tonight at the Red Bull Arena. Leipzig host Liverpool, and the former Liverpool coach will become Red Bull's global director of football starting January 1st. The article goes on, includes some quotes what Klopp said when he was appointed, you know, in this new position. Well, he hasn't been appointed yet, when it was announced, if you know what I mean. You don't need to know that. Tonline.de wrote, his arrival at Red Bull destroys an image of a man who always went against what he represents. For many, it seems that Klopp has made a pact with the devil. A journalist for the Muncher Merker, Gunter Klein, he said, Klopp is as fake as his dentures. He said he would always vote for the left and has joined a company whose activities have contributed to the rise of the right. Now, the most painful criticism, it says here, came from Mainz on Saturday, the fans of the team he was with for 18 years. And it says in a quote, I will always be like a son to them. And there was, you know, dedicated hurtful banners to him have been displayed saying, have you forgotten where you came from? Have you become one of them? Are you crazy? Read one banner. Another one said, you disappoint people to the point of no return. Paraphrasing a phrase from Klopp himself. We've spoke about the criticism that Jurgen's come under. I did a video, I don't know, maybe a week, 2 weeks ago, I can't remember, guys, about all this still ongoing in Germany. A lot of people that don't follow German football don't understand it. But someone made a comment in my video recently saying it would be like Jurgen leaving Liverpool and going and running Manchester City's, you know, football operations, if you know what I mean, like with their different clubs and things, you know what I mean? The Germans are very passionate and they think that Jurgen's been very two-faced with this. I know you will be very loyal. A lot of people like, fuck what they say. But that's easy for us to say as outsiders from Germany, you know? So I'm not criticising Jurgen. I don't care what he does, to be honest. I want to see him back in management on the edge, you know, stood at the side of the pitch, if you like. You know, that's what I want to see, really. And yeah, I mean, it goes on to talk about the game, really, you know, talk about the form of each side, talking about Szoboszlai, saying that the focus will be on him. You know, obviously he left Leipzig for Liverpool in 2023. So that's that. So there's that one piece there in the Spanish press that they're making a big deal out of this, you know, this game tonight in terms of Klopp. They're using it as an opportunity, not to stick the knife in. They're only saying what's what, but they're just saying, like, you know, this is it's Liverpool's old club versus, you know, a club that he will be involved in as working as, you know, as an executive for RB or whatever. Zubimendi. Okay, our friend Zubimendi. We have a little piece here. It's not exciting. It's nothing to do with Liverpool. All right, I think Liverpool might get a little mention in it though. One moment, please. Number 3, is it? No. You wouldn't believe how many different things I have to do. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Zubimendi has 200 in sight, it says here. There's an article. I think Liverpool does get a mention in here. But I just thought I'd mention it to you because obviously, you know, this is a player we've been linked with and you might want to know what's going on with him. It says the midfielder debuted in 2019 against Getafe. They talk about his 60 million euro, it's not a release clause, is it? What's it called? Buyout clause or whatever. Basically, it's just going on saying he's one match away from reaching 200 official games with Real Sociedad, a number he might achieve tomorrow or on Sunday. Talking about how much of a key figure he is for that club. His growth, his geometric progression has made him a target for clubs like Bayern, Liverpool, Real Madrid, and especially Barcelona. Talks about his contract till 2027. He chose to stay with them instead of Liverpool in the summer. But, you know, even though he's got this 60 million release clause, contract clause, buyout clause, it's not putting off clubs, you know, that have an interest in him. So that's that, okay? That's a little bit to do with Zubimendi. Not exactly exciting. But I thought I'd mention it to you anyway. You know, he does get bigged up a lot, in all fairness. I don't think there was... I don't think I've marked any other pages for you to show you. Anyway, that was... those things that we just spoke about was in Marca, which is pro Real Madrid, as you know. AS, did I mark any pages in AS? I don't think I did, but I do have some other things I want to mention to you. Sport, I don't think any pages are marked in here. So let me just go through my notes today. Obviously, Real Madrid had that win last night. You know, at one point, you know, I think they were 2-0 down, weren't they? And I was dreading it. I was thinking, if they lose this game, it's going to be all about Trent. You know, how they need defensive reinforcements and everything, but they turned it round. So the newspapers today are really dominated about that. You know, they're amazing. Do you know what I mean? That's basically what, well, that's what the Marca and AS are saying. But there was also a little article about the Real Madrid youth side. The headline was White Drama in the 97th minute. So the youth side was turned over 2-1 by Dortmund, and it said the match ended dramatically. Where's the name of this player? I think it was called Tekan. Tekan was the white nightmare. The Dortmund forward came on to cause a penalty, to win a penalty, and also scored, I think. But that doesn't matter. You're not interested in that. The only reason I'm mentioning it to you is Alvaro Arbeloa is the coach of this youth team, which is the Real Madrid's Juvenile A team, it's called. He's been in that role since 2022, and he's set to replace Raul as the coach of Real Madrid Castilla, the club's reserve team, next year. So we have mentioned that before, actually. So I know you're not interested in what Real Madrid youngsters are doing. I'm only mentioning it just because Arbeloa comes up and some people might not realise, you know, they might have missed my last video about it. They might not realise that he's within the youth setup there and he's about to become the reserve boss of Real Madrid. You know, he's making his progression, isn't he? So, did we have anything else? Yes, there was an article today about Kimmich, Joshua Kimmich. This is a player that a lot of Liverpool fans would like to see signed. And basically, in the press conference this week, because of this forthcoming fixture, for when do they play? Let me just stay with me, guys, because you probably know the answer, but I don't. 9 o'clock. So it's Barcelona versus Bayern at 9 o'clock my time, okay? Anyway, Joshua Kimmich praised Barcelona in the press conference, which I think it was the Barcelona Sport or whatever. Oh, I think a couple of these newspapers actually today bigged this up as significant. Do you know what I mean? And I'll tell you why. Because Kimmich said, Barca impressed me, as did the Spanish national team. Xavi was my idol when I was young. I love watching their games, especially when Pep was the coach. It was a small revolution to see how they dominated their rivals. And then he says, going to Barca in the future. Could he go to Barcelona in the future? Nothing can be ruled out. And that has, of course, received a lot of attention and reporting today. And the reason why it's relevant to us is this player is constantly linked with Liverpool, you know. And, you know, if you're a fan of his and you see reports come up later on, you know, at some point you might think, oh, there's a chance here. But already here he's sort of like saying, oh, yeah, Barca, yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like, so it's just a good little bit of knowledge there should something come up in the future, I think. There was also in a couple of the newspapers, I do apologise, in a couple of the newspapers there was coverage of problems in Valencia last night, the fans kicking off, trouble on the street. Basically the club falls apart while Peter Lim remains absent and the tensions grow. Valencia rock bottom of La Liga, I believe. Why am I mentioning it? Well, because our goalkeeper is there, right? Our incoming goalkeeper that's going to replace Alisson. I think it says here that they've had one victory in the last 17 La Liga matches. I don't know if that's accurate, but that's what it says here. Valencia is a powder keg. Images. There was images on Monday night, it says, of the National Police charging against fans who were besieging the VIP box within the stadium. A crisis that seems endless, a very deep, real threat of relegation. The team is getting smaller, poorer objectives, horrendous results. One victory in their last 17 league matches, it says there, 1 in 17, makes the Mestalla team an easy rival for any team in the league. The club is adrift and every day there is a new problem. Social revolt against the owner has intensified. Don't forget, this is someone that tried to buy Liverpool Football Club. And it says as well that one of the players there, Rafa Mir, is it? Is involved in a serious accusation of sexual assault, which is pending trial. And the captain of Valencia has been very critical of that, which hasn't... He's basically, the captain has criticised that player, which is straining the atmosphere further, it says. So, you know, the reason I'm telling you all this is our goalkeeper is currently involved in a relegation fight at Valencia, and the mood is obviously very troubling, you know, for him, rioting and people kicking off, and just a big, you know, thing for him to deal with, I guess. It's maybe not ideal before a big move elsewhere, but then again, maybe you're thinking, hey, thank fuck for that, get out of here. But you know what people are like when players are linked with us, and maybe they play for a team that's not doing very well. You know, you do get people that will come out and go, "You can't be that much of a good goalkeeper then, because Valencia are at the bottom of the league." You know, but the reality is, if even in the games where they're getting hammered, he's pulling off blinders, and it would actually be even worse. You know, so just bear that in mind. I saw one piece as well. Diego Maradona's son is to coach in Spain. He's going to be part of the technical staff of UD Ibarra, a team from Tenerife in Group 12 of the 3rd RFEF. So apparently he's done some coaching before in Italy. He's been a coach for 3 years. So I didn't even know anything about that. I don't know about you. And I think that's it really, guys. There's nothing really exciting in here to mention to you. I think that, you know, obviously just seeing Jurgen there is something worth talking about. And I guess the video is more for information and also to show you, well, unless I validate each and every newspaper and every page, there is nothing in them about Trent Alexander-Arnold. So I'll leave it with you. It's time to go live now. Hope you're okay. Hope you enjoyed this video. I know this video feels a bit flat to me, do you know what I mean? But that's what's in the papers and that's what's not in the papers, you know? So I shall leave it with you. I think if Real Madrid had got beat last night, I think it would have been all about this, you know, need to strengthen the defence. Do you know what I'm saying? So I'll leave it with you guys, all right? Might see you this afternoon on live. If not, I'll see you maybe this evening at 6:30 PM UK for an hour, all right? Hope you're okay. Please thumbs up the video if you appreciate the video. And please drop me a comment. And if you want to buy me a coffee, you can hit the super thanks button under the video. Please read the video description for the newsletter, the chat room, my social media and everything. All right, guys, take it easy. Speak soon.